In the market for a new home or just looking to sell your existing home? Call one of our gold sponsors and broadcast supporters, Latoya Foster. She's a licensed realtor and a member of the Keller Williams real estate team. She's also the leader of Royalty Solutions Real Estate. You can reach her at 254-300-1235. RNS Barbecue, Waco's #1 barbecue destination. Whether it's their mouth-watering brisket, their fall-off-the-bone ribs, or their homemade chili beans, come by RNS Barbecue. For your next event, let them cater it. Call Richard or Sharon over at 254-420-9500. RNS Barbecue, Waco's #1 barbecue destination. 1101 Richland Drive, right off Valley Mills. Stop by RNS Barbecue. Hello and welcome to Centex Sports Network. This is Roy Gillis.
And this is Jalen Gillis.
Today we're going to go inside HBCU sports, and we've got for our special guest, Eric Dooley, head coach, Prairie View A&M University. Hello, this is Roy Gillis, Centex Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in today. I'm here with my co-host, Jalen Gillis. Jalen, what's up?
What's going on, folks? What's going on, everybody?
HBCU sports. HBCU sports has been in the news, and I'm glad about it. Let me just tell you that. I'm glad about it. It's been in the news most recently because of Jackson State Sonic Boom signing up Dion, bringing a few more eyes to HBCU sports, something that we're very familiar with, but maybe some were not. But now it's on the front line. Jalen, what do you think about this signing of Dion coming to Jackson and how that's going to affect HBCU sports?
Yeah, hopefully, I believe the goal is to be able to shine a light more on HBCU sports and just what these guys have to offer and the culture, the very, very rich culture that each one of these HBCUs have, and just to be able to, like I said, shine a light on these guys and get them some more eyes on them.
Well, in order to find out something about HBCUs, you got to go to a HBCU person. And we've got somebody coming in that's going to speak to us today. He is the head coach of Prairie View A&M University, which I am an alumni of, so I might be a little biased. So if anybody, for you haters in HBCU land, don't hit me too hard. But I'm gonna bring in Coach Eric Dooley to come in now and speak to us. Coach, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing this morning?
Hey, we're doing good, Coach.
Great.
We're so glad to have you on the show today, and we're excited about it. We're excited about you coming in. Let me just first say, let me give you some big props on that pocket square you got there, Coach. I'm gonna give you some props on that pocket square. So you only get that on HBCU guys. That's what you get. That's an accent, Jalen, because you're a little bit younger. That's an accent that he brought in. Coach, our goal really all the way through has been here in Central Texas. We feel like we got a lot of rich talent. We want to bring more HBCU presence in Central Texas. And of course, we wanted to reach out to PV first and just tell us a little bit about your journey in getting to Prairie View, because I know you didn't start there, but you're here now. Tell us how you kind of got here to Prairie View A&M University.
Yeah, I started out actually, you want to chase that dream of playing football. So I was chasing that dream of playing football, but came to some reality that, you're getting a little older right now. So you got to make a decision of that next career in your life. And, my mindset has been, if I cannot get to the NFL, why not help someone else?
Yeah.
So my deal was then I went back to high school back in New Orleans, Louisiana, and had the opportunity to work with Coach Sam Hill, who gave me the first opportunity to coach. Still was in and out wanting to play football, but just saw the love of wanting to help young men to establish themselves as well. So I got an opportunity to coach in New Orleans, and then it was a young man by the name of Mark Orlando.
Okay.
I guess recruiting that area. Saw something in me and asked me would I be interested in coaching at Southern University. Of course, that was a little different playing at Grambling, playing for the legendary Eddie Robinson. So
Yeah.
to go to Southern, that was a huge eye opener. But I accepted that and had opportunity to meet right now who I would say is a living legend, Pete Richardson. I had the opportunity to work with Coach Richardson for 14 years. And I mean, within those 14 years, I think it gave me the backbone, what I needed. It gave me all the insights on, what it takes to become a coach in this conference, what it takes to become a coach with the different diversities in the backgrounds of individuals. So stayed there for 14 years as the wide receiver coach, recruiting coordinator, just, learning the ins and outs, and owe a great deal of Coach Richardson because right now today we still speak and talk because I just he's a great mentor for me. I had the opportunity to move on to University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff as the quarterback coach, offensive coordinator. My first opportunity being the offensive coordinator. I did some great things with Coach Coleman. I've been fortunate and blessed to be up under some great men that continues to lead and guide me. And it started from my dad. My dad was the first one that gave me that raising that gave me that background and that backbone what I needed. But had the opportunity to go work with Coach Coleman for 3 years. Learned a whole lot. Was fortunate enough to win a championship there as the offensive coordinator. Not to mention that Southern University with Coach Richardson had the opportunity to win 4. After staying 3 years at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, I was given another opportunity by Coach Broderick Falls to go to Grambling State University. Of course, my wife and I, we pray on everything, and I thought it was the right move at that time, and had the opportunity to go to Grambling and stayed there for 4 years as the offensive coordinator, quarterback coach, then offensive.
We lost you, Coach. Hold on.
Great.
Yeah, we got you back.
Knowledge of, just the opportunity. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we got you.
Yes. It gave me great knowledge, within this run right here to come down and be afforded the opportunity to be the head coach now at Prairie A&M University.
Yes, sir.
So I've been blessed to come up under some great young men that steer me in the right direction, and I can still lean on those guys to ask questions and for concerns that I may have that's going on right now today. So it's been a blessing for me. But my goal was at I guess starting out at Southern University was never to be a head coach. I just love coaching the game and being around the guys and learning and but God always have a plan for you.
That's right.
And when you have a plan, as long as you let him order your steps, I think the sky is the limit.
All right. Coach is preaching on here, Jalen. He's preaching too. I like it.
Yeah, Coach, you're very in tune with this HBCU culture. Like you said, you just named all of these great universities that you got to coach for and play for. Tell me just a little bit what it's like now coaching at Prairie View A&M and being a former, like you said, you spent 14 years at Southern University, a team that Prairie View has a long history with, as well as being a former player at Grambling and a coach at Grambling, and now coaching against those teams. What is that like being on the other side now, I guess, being with Prairie View?
I mean, when you take a look at the Southwestern Athletic Conference, it's a family affair. You're going to face a lot of individuals that you grew up with, guys that are in your family, guys that you played against. You're going to face those individuals because it's a family affair. But I love this atmosphere, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I've always told guys that I'm an HBCU coach, and to take it to be more specific, I'm a SWAC coach. So I love the challenge. I love the coaching carousel here within our conference. Just the young men that you have to face day in and day out. The knowledge of football and what we're giving to young men. Building quality young men to be successful.
I like it, Coach. I like it. So as we talk about the team, so you I think 4-3 in the West the last 2 years. And so now you poised, of course, we got to deal with COVID. And so you guys are coming out a little bit later this year. But what is your vision from moving from 4-3 to winning the West and winning the conference championship? How does Prairie View get over that hump and get there?
Coming in, just being up under Coach Richardson, that has always been my vision. That's my only vision, to win a championship, regardless of what year it is. I know it was the first year; it didn't matter. I felt that I had opportunity to win the championship. I think right now the team has, progressed as to what we were trying to build here. The biggest thing was to make sure that these young men understand the academic side of it. We have some principles that we go by. We talk about the spiritual side first. And then we go to the academic side, because we want these young men to be successful regardless of what may take place. But I feel that we're in line to be able to compete with the rest of the conference. I like what my assistant coaches have done, going out recruiting some great young men to be a part of our program and understand and see our vision. So I like where we are right now, and we just have to continue to progress and get better each day.
Coach, we touched a little bit on just talking about the COVID situation that we got going on. And I know it's been crazy just being able to get in touch with different guys, being able to recruit. Your recruiting was a little bit messed up, just a little bit different. I'll say that, than how you're used to doing it. And then now we're not playing in the fall, which is everybody's used to, the HBCU culture coming in the fall, and the football games and just everything that comes with that. How are you keeping some of your players engaged and getting ready to play? I believe you guys are going to play in the spring. How are you keeping them engaged through this first semester and keeping these guys locked in so they can be focused on, like what you said, on winning that championship, that SWAC championship?
I tell you, the pandemic had come upon us, and I call that life. We like to look at it as sudden change. You got to be able to have a sudden change and understand that, things don't go as planned as always. So when things don't go as planned, you got to be available and make sure that you make those adjustments that's going to benefit you. But, we kept in touch with our student athletes throughout these trying months. I will say this here. What we did was we approached it in a different way, because we wasn't concerned about football, which we know that's the magnitude of all of it. We were concerned about the well-being of our student athletes, the well-being of the families. This is something that no one have ever gone through. So, of course, we wanted to make sure that the family was in the right state of mind, as well as the student athletes, making sure that letting them know that we love them. It's a different feeling when you call a mom and just to find out how they're doing, not calling the mom to say where your son did this or did that, or whether it's good or bad, but calling that mom to find out how they are doing. You look at it, student athletes now are home for a long period of time. And in this day and time, student athletes may not stay home a whole week because everyone is always on campus all the time. So we approached it by making sure that we stayed in touch with these guys and making sure that, that the mindset was where it was supposed to be, that family was in good health and everything was going as planned. And then we just continued to meet and check in day in and day out to see how these young men was doing and try to provide the same service for those guys that we would have provided being here face to face, not doing it virtually.
And that's a big challenge. That's a big challenge that all coaching staffs all over college football and all athletics are facing right now. Coach, a lot of people don't know about the story football past of Prairie View, because news cycles are so quick. We only sometimes remember the last 20 years, last 30 years, but Prairie View has a rich history in football. I know when I was growing up, even back in the 50s and early 60s, some call it the Black Notre Dame. So it was a lot of great history at Prairie View. In college football, recruiting is big. It's huge. Recruiting is huge, Coach. So if a parent is considering Prairie View to allow their student athlete to come there, what can they expect coming to play football and attending Prairie View A&M University?
Well, it starts with our president, our leader, the vision that she has for this great university, the academic side of it. building quality people to lead this university and be successful. So, building productive people. So we like to start with our president, the things that she put in place, the vision that she has for our students, period. So they know that they're going to get a great education. That's the thing, a well-rounded education. We have a lot of different majors that they can come and get into a rich tradition of. You're talking about the education side of it. You're talking about the engineering side of it. You're talking about the nursing, the medical side. It's just so much you can respond upon when you talk about academics. And then when you talk about they're going to come to a staff that is that understands that it's family first. It's family first to make sure that these guys are going to be nurtured and understanding and building these guys to go from a teenager to a young man, to a young adult, to where they can go and compete anywhere in the world and be successful. So I think they're going to get the total package when they come here, because we don't just look at just football players. We're not just bringing them here to be football players. We're trying to make sure that we steer these young men in the right direction, and it helps when they come from some good homes where the parents have already laid that foundation. Now we just got to be an extension of those parents and make sure that they follow through the academic side of it as well as the athletic side of it.
Yeah, coach, and that's always huge, being able to, like you talked about, even the education side that they'll be able to get when coming to Prairie View A&M University. So, coach, we want to talk about just a little bit about what are some of the players. If you're talking to guys that aren't well versed with PV football, who are some of the guys on this team, some of the guys coming back, and some of the guys that are going to make a very big impact on the season this year when y'all do resume? What are some of those names that we need to look out for?
Well, you got to always start with your All-American. When you talk about a guy, we got an All-American right here in Jalen Harris that has been playing the cornerback spot for us and done a great job. This young man has a lot that he brings to the table. You're talking about a young man that played professional baseball, then had the opportunity after, I guess he didn't want to play baseball anymore, to come and play collegiate sport and done well. And, the biggest thing that I like about this young man, we talking about all the accolades of him being an All-American, but he also has his undergrad degree right now, and he's one semester away from getting his master's. So, that's wow. How you come in and make sure that the system is working for you. He's getting everything that he put his mind on to play college football, to get his degree, and now he's going to get that bonus part and get his master's. So you got to make sure you pay attention to a Jalen Harris. Then you talk about a Story Jackson, a guy who a high academic as well, always on the honor roll. A guy set to graduate this semester right here as well, and a great football player. So Story Jackson is one guy. And then we have a young man by the name of Drake Cheatham, who is an engineering major. And he was a part of my first signing class. And it just seems like time is just not waiting on anyone. This young man is a junior, but set to graduate next semester because he's taking care of business in the classroom. So, and he's a great football player, made all conference as well. We got a Reginald Stubblefield, who's also in grad school as well. I know I'm naming a lot of guys on the defense side of the ball, but these guys have done some great things. I'm talking about in the classroom as well as on the field, and that's what I predicated on. I mean, we bringing you here to play football, but how are you going to matriculate academically? And these guys have shown that they're doing some great things. But then when you go to the offense side of the ball, you're talking about a DeJon Jones who been here for a while, set to graduate. I'm mentioning all these guys that set to graduate this fall right here, but also got an opportunity to come back and play his last year. Has been an all-conference player for us and doing some great things. So we got some guys that are coming back. I can the list can go on and on, but I like what we have coming back. I like the success that these guys have had thus far. But now, it comes to that point in time. How do you handle success? You have to be able to handle success to get to the next level.
We like it, Coach. So we getting ready to go wrap this thing up and go to this lightning round. So I got some questions I need to ask you. Just some real easy questions, but it's gonna help us kind of know who Coach Dooley is. Your favorite pro team, any sport?
New Orleans Saints.
I figured that. So I know you coming from Louisiana. You in this Houston area now. So Houston, Prairie View area. What's your favorite restaurant? Favorite place to eat?
Wow, you know, my favorite restaurant, and my wife can make me go to it so much, is Saltgrass.
Saltgrass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Favorite HBCU athlete all time?
Wow, man,
That's a lot.
I say that, and that puts me in a bad mindset because I got so many favorites that I played against, that I watched coming up as a young man. But wow, I guess the name that stands out because I'm so close to him, and he's a mentor of mine, and some of the things that he's been able to accomplish, Doug Williams.
Doug Williams. All right. First black quarterback to win Super Bowl. I know about it. I was watching him. In your pregame, Coach, what music are you listening to? What's on your playlist in your pregame music?
You know, I don't want to say that I'm getting older, but I'm a guy that meditates on my own. I don't need the music anymore. But you know what? I'm a gospel guy. I listen to a lot of Kurt Franklin type music. I listen to a lot of Darryl Coley type music. So, you know, some of the stuff that I guess the young men don't want to hear, but they understand what's going to come out if I put it on. So those are be some music that I listen to. You know, I may get into comfort zone and try to listen to that. And then, you know, being from New Orleans, I like to hear Bishop Paul Martin sing sometime too. So, you know, I get into my zone when I want to listen to that thing. And once I listen to that right there, it's time to get on the field.
You ready to go? You named
sir.
some greats. You named some greats. Last question in this is a HBCU test, Coach. Spades or dominoes?
Well, you know, it just all depends on what you feel you're great at. I just think I might be great at both, but I'll say spades. I'll say spades.
So on dominoes, do you let people in with 5 or they got to come in with 10?
They got to come in with 10.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you know all your assistant coaches think they are better domino players. They think they're better spade players. So we had the opportunity to incorporate some pool tables and some ping pong tables, and all them think they're great. So I just let them play one another, and then I just go down and whip one of them and let them know that.
Sleep it up.
Yeah.
Coach, we want to thank you so much for stopping in, introducing. I'm hoping it won't be the last time. We want to reintroduce HBCU, especially PV athletics, to Central Texas. We got some great athletes down here, and I've been asking questions of some of these head coaches. Hey, have you called that way? What do you think about this? And so there's some interest in HBCUs and Prairie View in this Central Texas area. And we're so happy that you came and stopped by and talked to us today.
You know, it's been a pleasure of mine to do it, and I'm glad I had the opportunity to meet you guys. And I can tell you right now, I'm open. You guys can feel free at any time to get in touch with me to come on to speak about our brand. I love Prairie View, and I want to let the world know about Prairie View, especially here in Texas as well. We're not a secret anymore. I want them to understand who we are and what we stand for. And just when you come here, you come into a beautiful campus. You come into a campus that is well organized. You come into a campus with a president that has a vision. You know, that goes back to the Bible. If you don't have, you perish. So everything is coming in place for us, and we feel real good about where we stand right now. We welcome them a new AD that is from the Texas area, bringing a lot of knowledge and I would say experience to the game that's going to help us take us to that next level. So we're excited about everything that's going on, and we understand that the games is going to be played in the spring. But hey, that's the hand we dealt with. That's why we say spade. We just got to play it. We're going to play it in the spring, and we're ready to go.
Got to play it. When we come back, it'll be more HBCU sports. All right. right, you have it. That was head coach Eric Dooley, Prairie View A&M University. Gave us some real good insight as to what's happening at Prairie View A&M. Jalen, HBCUs, as I said at the beginning of this broadcast, has really come to the forefront because of really signing Jackson State signing Deion Sanders, but HBCUs, Jalen, have a rich tradition of great athletics and great academics.
Yeah, just talking to Coach Dooley, you got to see some of that. I mean, he's got kids that are like he said, Jalen Harris, All-American kid. He's got people that are coming in and are about to get their master's degree as well while playing football at Prairie View A&M. And I think that's just amazing to be able to see that. And that just speaks to the rich tradition and long history of these HBCU athletes and how well versed they are in academics as well as playing football on the field.
Yeah, and I think one of our goals, as I mentioned to Coach, we're trying to reintroduce HBCU athletics here in Central Texas, but really just trying to show a lot of parents and student athletes that there are a lot of opportunities out there. And while we appreciate all of the great schools that are around here, we, in Waco, in Central Texas, we got Mary Hardin, which is a D3 powerhouse.
Yes.
You got SAGU right up the road in Waxahachie, another opportunity to play sports. But we've got schools like Prairie View who really provide a D1 opportunity merged with great academics. And they've been making some changes. If you haven't been to Prairie View's campus, the new athletic facility is beautiful. It takes a backstage to no program. They have great facilities, a beautiful campus, and it's just a lot of opportunities for student athletes. Jalen, what do you look forward to this season? This season that's going to start in the spring, with HBCUs and how the spotlight is on them now.
Yeah, like you said, just the signing of Deion Sanders to Jackson State and just some of the things that's been going on with some of these social justice movements have really put a huge spotlight on HBCUs. And it all came at the right time, I believe, even though the SWAC is going to be starting in the spring. And that could open up more eyes for them with there not being any other football going on. That could open up some more eyes for the SWAC as well. But before COVID came, SWAC has built this HBCU powerhouse conference.
Yeah,
that I believe is pretty much second to none, especially with these being D1 schools and just the rich tradition that the SWAC has already had, and now adding some of these other schools like FAMU is now part of the SWAC, and that's going to be able to bring kids all the way from Florida all the way back over here to Texas, and those recruits are going to be able to get seen by so many people and so many different players. And I just can't wait to be able to watch the SWAC conference start their 2020 season. Well, it'll be 2021 now when they start. I just can't wait to be able to watch that conference and that all the history and the stoic programs they have there.
And these were big moves by SWAC. So they bring FAMU and Bethune-Cookman. So you bring two Florida rich tradition schools. You bring in that Florida speed. Now being able to come here in Texas. So it not only allows us to make the SWAC better in competition, but I'm looking at now Prairie View gets an opportunity, or other HBCUs get an opportunity to play in Florida. So when you play in Florida at those bowl games, at those they're kind of like bowl games, those classics that'll be there. Now high school recruits from Florida will be able to see Prairie View. And so, and they'll be able to see Grambling, Southern, and they'll be able to see some of those programs that they normally don't see. And so that allows those head coaches, like Coach Dooley, to be able to go into those places, sit down in those living rooms and recruit those kids, and they have some familiarity with the Prairie View A&M tradition. So this is Roy Gillis here talking to Jayla Gillis. Want to make sure I thank our sponsors, Arnett's Barbecue and Natoya Alexander with Keller Williams Realty. We've had a great show today, Jalen, talking to Coach Dooley, and I'm hoping this won't be the last time. But he seems very passionate about HBCUs. But one thing I noticed, he's very passionate about the success of these young men. And I know, and you know too, Jalen, most college athletes are not going to play on Sunday.
Yeah, that's just the way that it goes. But I think as far as offering an experience as well as an education for your 4 to 5 year journey playing in college, I think there's nowhere better to go than going to if you've never experienced just the HBCU culture and just being there at some of these games and the classic, the PV Grambling Classic in Dallas, where you get to play at the Cotton Bowl and during the state fair, just the Grambling and Southern playing each other. There's so many different classics that these people have. And if you just want to look up the amount of NFL Hall of Famers, the amount of NFL players that come from these HBCU programs, I think a lot of the kids now don't exactly know that, but there's just a very, very long, rich tradition in these HBCU programs and in the SWAC alone. So just being able to introduce some of these guys to that, I think is going to be amazing.
So it's again, this has been a great show today and a great interview with Coach Dooley, and we're going to get him back on the show again. So thank everybody for watching. Thank you for tuning in to Centex Sports. Jalen, tell them where they can find us at.
Yeah, make sure you guys go on Twitter, follow us at Centex Sports. We are on Instagram as well at Centex Sports TV. And always make sure you guys are going on to CentexSportsNetwork.com and subscribing on there, as well as subscribing to our YouTube channel, Centex Sports Network. So just like we said, we appreciate all you guys' support, and make sure you guys go follow us on there.
All right. This has been your host, Roy Gillis, with Jalen Gillis. We're getting ready to sign off, and we will see you on the next time on Centex Sports Network.